Speaker, Ben. But before I talk about Ben's speech, I'd like to congratulate Catherine's analysis. I was very impressed by Catherine's evaluation, very analytical, very systematic, organized, and calm as well. Definitely district championship material. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I think forgot to mention that she was the reigning Division D evaluation champion as well. Let's take a bow to her. Let's move on to Ben's speech. Yes. Well, Ben, I could see the passion in you when talking about this topic. Definitely, you have been psyched up by Anthony Robbins. Did you read his book or go to his seminar?
Yeah, I read a lot, listen a lot.
Oh, you listen to his CDs as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, you talk like a man who has been brainwashed. So brainwashed that you forgot about the objective of the speech. As Catherine and Chauvin has said, you were trying to use this project as an excuse to give what the CD told you, how to use physiology to change your state. But as Catherine and Chauvin has said, this is not the objective of this project. So we need to match your passion with the objective of your project and reserve topics to the more suitable projects. So this topic probably would be more suitable for the next project, Project 10, actually. So hold your horses, wait for the right opportunity. That's my first message. Okay, so if you want to talk about this topic, your angle needs to be a bit different. Perhaps your message could be to persuade us to be more comfortable with our personality. It seems that at the background you're trying to say that, although you spend most of your time about the how to use posture, this and that, to change your personality or change your state. And by the way, I'm still not very clear about what the word state means as well. So probably you need to define that for slow people like me. Well, you use your own story, that's very good, that allowed you to let your personality flow out, and the passion, the conviction as well. And you use rhetorical questions, you use well-known examples. All these are the hallmark of a good speaker. Well, some opportunities about logistics, well, you distributed the handouts just before your speech, and thereby not giving the Toastmaster enough time or the opportunity to brief the audience. Perhaps a better arrangement could be actually just discard the handout, because you don't need that. Because the handout is not really relevant to your topic. Your topic is is to persuade people. So the handout should list down the reasons why, but there's no reason. There are only tips on how to do it. So you don't really need the handout. And even if you needed the handout, a better way is to brief the Toastmaster on the background. Well, you mentioned something about this, right? The limited scope and so on. So this could have been done by the Toastmaster rather than spending time and squandering the first few seconds of your speech, which is to captivate the audience, grab the attention of the audience. The golden seconds squandered on this kind of logistical briefing kind of thing. So this job should have been done by the Toastmaster. So one point to note. In terms of I think the informative against persuasive has already been touched upon by both evaluators, so I will not expand on that. I'll just talk about additional things. I find that your speaking demeanor is a bit too casual for a persuasive speech. it seems that you are, well, you're just talking to friends and so on, but you are trying to persuade people. So you need to have the conviction, you need to have the believability, the credibility to do it, and you need to be a little bit more intense to do it. Use your own conviction, your intensity as part of your persuasive tools as well. So you're pretty if you listen to me, okay. If you don't listen, it's okay too. You know, that kind of that kind of attitude. Right? From your body language, you can detect that kind of attitude. So that's actually worked against you as well. So you might want to watch out for that. I'm not sure if you did it on purpose or it really flowed from your from your internal thinking as well.
I didn't know.
Huh?
Didn't know.
Again, as Anthony Robbins said, your state reflects your physiology. Because you're thinking like that, you're behaving like that as well. So people could pick up on this kind of vibes as well. Let me be more specific. Perhaps you could have stood on both legs instead of one leg. You know, that kind of casual standing, that's not very good. And perhaps you could have let go of your pen. You're playing around with your pen as well as your security blanket. So you need to have open gestures so that you can radiate your conviction, your believability, your credibility as well, rather than hiding behind your pen. So these are some of the things that other people might not be able to tell you as well. And again, these are the physiology that tells you what tells others what's going on inside. So your physiology reflects your state. Okay. And so obviously back to preparation, think about the whole sequence. And lastly, I think I've gone over time, but that is a very important point. So your issues actually arose from a very basic technique that should have been mastered in projects 2 and 3, and that is the organization chart of your speech. So again, let me repeat: you need to have an organization chart for your speech, okay, for your content of your speech. So this is your main message. This is your main message. And then these are the supporting points of your message. Okay? So make sure your speech can be expressed using this. If you find a lot of extra things, these can be deleted. Okay. So what is your main message? Tell me now.
To believe that the introvert, they have high vitality. As well as not like.
So what am I supposed to do? You're persuading people, right?
Yeah.
So what do you want the listeners to do?
Change the physiology.
Change the physiology and.
I'm already extrovert. Why should I change?
Yeah, this topic is more likely for introvert.
For introvert, yeah. So you lost one half of your audience right from the start.
Yeah.
So you want to persuade the introverts to.
They have the power. They have the high vitality.
What shall I do? What shall I do? What shall I do? What is the specific thing that I should do?
To change the physiology.
To change the physiology. What I'm trying to do is that I'm not sure if you have seen the funnel. Did I mention about the funnel? Have you gone through the funnel? The funnel training? No? Okay. The funnel is the funnel of ideas. Funnel of ideas. This is how your thinking process should be like. The funnel of ideas. Okay? You have not gone through this. That's why it's very vague in your mind what you're trying to say. You're trying to, a lot of things you want to say, but you cannot really pinpoint one thing that you want to put in there. Maybe this, maybe that, and so on, because you have not gone through the funnel. So the funnel, you need to go through the funnel. Okay, so at the top you have a lot of ideas. Wow, different ideas. You listen to a lot of CDs and books, read a lot of books and so on, right? So a lot of ideas here. So you need to go through this distillation so that at the end only one drop comes out, the chicken essence. A lot of chickens in here. When you go through the funnel, one drop of chicken essence. And that drop is here. This is the drop. Okay? So you have to go through this. So that's why I keep on asking you, going further and further down the level. You are still very vague here. You have a lot of ideas floating around in your head. But you have not distilled that to one single message. So that's why I'm asking you. So what do you want me to do? I'm an introvert now. What do you want me to do? What is that action you want me to do?
Only change the physiology.
You're keeping on going back to the how-to. You're trying to grab the security blanket of how to do it by having a posture and so on. You're keeping on going that, but this is not about that.
Yeah.
This is about persuading people to do something. So what do you want me to do? What is that action you want me to do? Actually, you have something at the back of your head. I can sense that, and you casually mentioned that. It's in your subconscious. You have not. This is your subconscious. You have to raise. You have to squeeze it through your consciousness so that one drop will come out. So I'm trying to distill the mental discipline, the mental
framework.
The mental hard work. You're very lazy mentally, I could see, because you refuse to go down. It's still here. It's still here. You don't want to think. That's the problem. You need to think harder, so that to squeeze it through.
I have
At the back of your mind there's one point there already. It's there, and you briefly mentioned that, but because you have not squeezed it through, this point cannot come down. It's mixed together with all the.
I have think, and it's because I have a lot of idea, so that I just want to have
you want to get
a lot of
right?
idea
you
inside.
So you have to wait for opportunities, wait for other projects. You have to wait for other projects. Just because you have some material doesn't mean you have to get it out using any project. You have to match the material with the project. I also have a lot of material, but I'm not telling you now because I'm not doing a project. Okay, I have 100,000 things to share. But does it mean I have to pour everything out using the excuse of a project? No, because I have to match the material with the project, right? Right? So that's a mental discipline you need to instill in yourself, okay? So that you get away from that laziness. And that's very important for the rest of us too. Most people do not do well in projects and in speech contests because of this mental laziness. They are too lazy to think through, to squeeze from a lot of ideas, floating ideas to one chicken essence, one drop. Okay? Actually, if you think hard, you will find that thing. You briefly mentioned it in your speech already. I'll let you think until the end of today. Then you come and tell me.
Informative evaluation as well as coaching and mentoring. So that's the advantage.